Panther, what it do, what it do, what it do. Is we done? Are we doing it? Or are we through? Welcome into the building, man. I'm so happy to be posting again. I got this new job, so I have not been posting in a while. Got to make that ducking so I can improve this and all the other glorious channels that I have. I got a lot of channels. I think one of these episodes, I'm just gonna uh, put some plugs in and let y'all see what I got going on. Just to see if there's anything else I got going on that y'all may be interested in. You know what I mean? But as concerns this channel, what we're doing is we are on our way to our first 200 subscribers, and what we're doing to achieve that, first of all, the channel, which is now the Panthers Den, is going through a name change. A name change. I already have the name. What's going to happen is every 20 subscribers that we get, right, we're going to have a drawing, and the winner of that drawing will inherit some free merch, and they will also have the opportunity to guess the new name. Now, if you guess the new name, then in exchange for your non-snitchness, for not snitching and telling everybody else what it is, we're going to make you a moderator of um, the channel. And so there's going to be a lot of perks that come with that. You're not just going to be, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's going to be a thing. You're really going to have some. Put it this way: as the channel grows and gains certain VIP accesses and things of that nature, you will as well, as a Panther moderator. Okay, so yeah, um, you almost be like staff. I'm not quite sure if you'll be paid. I don't know if I can do that or not, but you'll be, yeah, you'll be treated nice. Trust me. Anyway, but yeah, so that's what's going on with that. The graphic that you see in front of you um, is another hint of what the channel name is. It's one of the main uh, one of the main graphics um, that you will see. Some of the graphics that you see, you know, you won't see ever again. I just put it blunt like that. But this one you're definitely going to see again. Um, this quantifies, yeah, this right here is one of the main graphics, and so take it in, and from that, see if you can guess what the channel is. But again, we're not having the first drawing until we reach the milestone of our first 20 subscribers. All right. So in all, that's 10 drawings. That's 10 drawings. You know what I mean? And I feel like our community, um, to really, really get started on doing lives and things of that nature, I think 200 is nice. I think 200 is a nice number. So, in all, we're giving away at least 10 merchandise items. So, yeah, let's get it together. Let's get it done, people. Let's do it. We got five that I thank the Lord for right now. I'm so grateful to have you guys in our camp. I think it was five. Is it five in here? I think it's five subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate you. I value you. Um, you know, and I just wanted to grow the community so that you can actually feel community um, around our Panthers. Um, our channel is going to be different than what a lot of the other Panther casters are doing. I have a lot of segments planned that you know that you're going to love. That you're going to love um, because this channel is really going to be dedicated to the real Carolina Panthers. Yeah, yeah, the real Carolina Panthers. I want to go ahead and talk about that segment real quick. So you may be asking, Nick, who are the real Carolina Panthers? Well, we have had two owners. We have had ooh, maybe see Dom, Seaford, John, Ron, the other dude, Wilkes, now Reich. We have had seven coaches. Can you believe we had seven coaches already? Dang, that's crazy. And of course, players come and go like the wind. But aside from the stadium itself, who has always remained in the building? It's been the fans. So, my friends, if you really want to know who the real Carolina Panthers are, the mainstay, who will always be in that building, will always be in that stadium, no matter in what part of the Carolinas it's in, it's us. So, this is who this channel is mainly about. You know what I mean? We're going to do some game stuff. We're going to do some player stuff. Yeah, but and I want to do I actually have a planned segment called the Real Carolina Panthers, where I highlight one particular Panther, and so now I'm putting out a um, all points Panther bulletin out for Mr. SC based. Yes, I'm putting out all points Panther bulletin out for Mr. AC based. Uh, Hold on, I'm seeing something that I don't like. Give me 1 second. All right, give me one moment to fix this real quick. Apologize for the technical difficulty, people, but it will be okay. In a moment, we're going to be back um, doing what we were doing. handling our business. Can we better get a like Miss One said in the Wiz? Can we get back to handling our business? Can we get back to handling our business? Yeah, spell my own name wrong. How I do that, I don't know. But anyway, um, so bring it back down here like so. Make it a little bit bigger, right there. All right, bam. And we good. We good. We still cooling in the game. We all right. We all right. All right. So yeah, um, yeah. There's an All Points Panther Bulletin out for Mr. SC based. Um, get at me. Um, um, go to my IG. Send me a DM. Say what's up, and I'll pull up on your DM and pause. I don't like the way that sounded. And I'll pull up and I'll tell you exactly what we're trying to do. We want to highlight you, sir. You know what I mean. You've been on YT for a minute, seeing MP's cast and Pat Coltrane's cast as well as C3's. You know what I'm saying. And every time I see you, you know, of course the name and you know that picture got that bass in it. You know what I'm saying. So we gonna highlight you, see what you got going on. All right, sir. We're gonna do that. But back to on to the topic of the day. And so again, y'all should be very excited about where this channel is going because it's about y'all. It's about y'all. It's mostly about y'all. Again, we're gonna do some player stuff and some news. Of course, all encompassing of Panther stuff, but it's mostly about y'all and us. You know what I'm saying? Panther NATO, as I call it. Anyway, on to the topic of today. So this is Friday, and we're about to play one of my other favorite teams, the Giants. Now, for those of you who don't know, I have three favorite NFL teams. Four, if you want to count my only, four if you want to count my only kind of AFC team, and that's the Raiders. The reason why I got three teams is this: I started with Dallas, and then I found out that my cousin played for the Giants alongside Lawrence Taylor, both being from North Carolina. You know, of course, Andy had number 54 being my cousin, who wreaked havoc alongside Lawrence, um, and especially in his stead when Lawrence was battling his addictions, had to be out for that time, and then came the Panthers. You know what I mean? And I'm a loyalist. I'm a loyalist. I try to but there's a hierarchy. Understand there is a hierarchy, and this right here is at the top. This is at the top. So when the Giants run up against the Panthers, it's this. When Dallas run up against the Panthers, it's this. When they play each other, I'm neutral. I could care less how whoever wins. Yeah, I'm happy for you. Interesting football note. Last year about this time, I went into Walmart here in Raleigh. I'm not sure if he lives here or not, but I met a man, and we was about to play the Panthers. Excuse me, we was about to play the Giants rather. Had my Panthers gear on. I think I had my I might have had my either my gray hat um, that has the the regular logo on it. And the dude said, "Hey, y'all we about to dust y'all." I said, "Okay." I said, "You going for the Giants?" He said, "Yep." I said, yeah, I know. I know. Just because I had no faith at all in our coaching staff at that point in time. Under who was under, um, I just were we under that guy at that point in time, or were we under Wilkes? I forget, but I think we were under um, you know. And even if we weren't, if we were under Wilkes, you know what I'm saying, everything was up in the air. So you just you really couldn't be you know all bravado and oh man we gonna dust y'all. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't You didn't have the space to be like that if you wanted to be. You just couldn't. So, um, but yeah. Um, I said, well, you know what? I got love for the Giants too now. He said, I said my cousins play for the Giants. He said, what's your cousin's name? I said, Andy Head. Oh my God, Andy. Hey baby, this is Andy's cousin. I mean, and that's how the conversation went. Like he was good friends with whoever I was talking about, and shook his hands, and he said, "So, my name is Henry Cousins." I'm like, okay, okay, and if the name sound familiar, I knew he had something to do with the organization. You know what I mean? I just couldn't. You know what I mean? I just couldn't figure out. My mind couldn't connect. So I got back home and I did some googling and some researching, and I was talking to a gold jacket, y'all, a Hall of Famer. Didn't even know it. Didn't even know it. You know what I mean? And I said that, not because, of course, he's not a Panther. He's a Giant, but a Hall of Famer nonetheless. So I said that as an inspiration mark that if you can reach out and touch greatness and shake hands with greatness, ain't no reason why you can't be great yourself. You know what I mean? Ain't no reason why you can't be great yourself in whatever you're doing. So that'll be serve as our inspirational moment. And let's move on with the topics of the day. So again, we are about to play the Giants this evening. I'm gonna try to head out in these streets early so I can get back early so I can see this game in its entirety. I was not able to see the last game against the Jets in its entirety, but when I did get back in to see what was going on, I was taken aback because I'm like, yo, are we losing to the Jets? And not just losing, we getting skunked. 27 to nothing. Now, there is a thing of being vanilla, because you don't want everybody to see all your plays. But you know what? I'm sorry, man. And maybe I'm just living in the past. I like the days when we had a Cam Newton and you had I think it was it Chase Claypool or somebody standing across from him and telling Cam what he was about to play. And Cam was like, okay, I'm glad you know it. Let's see if you can stop it. And they couldn't. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about right there. I don't care if you know my plays. Can you stop my plays? Can you stop my plays? Are you good enough? Is your mind good enough to beat my offensive mind? We didn't go out and get an offensive mind that would be too vanilla to score. Just really don't understand that. Really, like you so vanilla that you don't even want to see if your kicker can be clutch in a situation and get you a field goal. Because if I understand it correctly, isn't our field goal kicker down right now? So don't you kind of want to make sure that the guy you got backing him up is clutch for what you got going on? No, no, really, no. You don't want to. At least you don't want to at least get a three points. You don't. I'm sorry. For me, that's too vanilla. That is too vanilla. Um, it was disheartening. It's very disheartening because, um, you know, which leads me to my second topic of the day. Uh, The first Camp Confidential. I liked it. You know, I liked, and one thing that I really like and I value the most is that our coaches, um, they're not afraid to get physical with our players, man. They are in real time there in the drills doing it. I loved it. I loved it. But, you know, when you acting all Brody in practice, but your joint is raw vanilla in game situation, I don't know how that equals out. I really don't know how that equals out. And I mean, I question it because I'm like, this process is supposed to allow you to evaluate your 53 man roster. So, how are you going to be confident that you have the right guys in the right positions when you're not putting them in the best situations to succeed with at least some of the best plays? You got these, you're running high school and college plays. You know, I never understood that. You know, okay, we got to play them for preseason, but we're gonna keep what we really do on the hush hush. For what? For what? For what? Because I guarantee you, the same play you got, somebody else got. They just call it something different. They just call it something different. And I mean, you could do, you could just be vanilla with team one, and really bring out some stuff. You know what I'm saying with your second unit or something. You know what I'm saying? Just to give somebody a fighting shot to prove themselves that they fit best into your schemes. I don't understand how being that vanilla helps them or helps you to better evaluate them. I mean, I'm not a coach myself, but what makes sense. That's, you know, what makes sense. Um, so yeah, what I saw in Camp Confidential was, it was the equivalent to, it was the equivalent to the Cowardly Lion to me. The Cowardly Lion, in both movies, The Wizard of Oz, as well as The Wiz, came out all Brody, all bravado and stuff, until somebody, until what Dorothy slapped him, and he was whimpering and crying and stuff. Like, what? This little hunky bear looking sugar bear crying ass lion. What's this all about? You know what I'm saying? And that's what it was like for me. That's what it equivalated. Um, and I'll get back to Camp Confidential in a moment. Um, and what I'm really concerned about is I'm really concerned about what everybody else is concerned about now. The offensive line. How did we look like we acquiesced from what it was as a top five line to all this training camp? People have been complaining about this offensive line and the way they look. Is it that our defense is that great? We may have a banging defense. I will say that. However, um, when the Jets don't even when we play the Jets and the Jets don't even field some of their top guys, and we can't advance, and our quarterback is taking hits, you know. I mean, I know it's the NFL ball, but I thought he'd be predominantly remain clean in a preseason game. That was not the case. That was not the case. And I question a lot of stuff. I question a lot of stuff. I question um, I question number one. I question if we should still have James Campen in the building because he is part of the old coaching regime under he who shall remain nameless. Yeah, he brought him in. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And so I'm not saying that he's trash or garbage, but does his technique is it a fit for the offensive scheme? Ah, y'all thought I was gonna say he was trash, didn't you? Y'all thought I was gonna say, he nah man, he ain't legit. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm gonna put some respect on his name, even though who he came in with. But I will say this: is the techniques that he is teaching to these linemen, does it fit in with the current offensive schemes? Because something ain't right. Something ain't right. And let's take that up to another level. Why in the world, on the depth chart of the offensive line, do you have Michael Jordan and Cam Irvin when they ain't it, when they are not him? You know what I'm saying? Icky told you last week who him was. He told you him is Ricky Lee. And yes, the hell I'm biased because Ricky is an Aggie. But for Icky to be our number one pick of the 22 season, or rather the 22 draft, for him to be that guy, for him to have the record that he had last year, and for him to, he could have picked any of those ballers in the O lineman room to highlight and to talk about when he had that opportunity and when he was given that platform. He picked Ricky Lee. That tells you who should be his number two, especially, especially when we see that Michael Jordan and Cam Irving just ain't been it. Let's keep it a buck. Quite frankly, they ain't even been it ever. Let's remove these dudes already and let's build a quality offensive line and some depth. And if we got to get rid of James Campen, okay, hey, no hard feelings. It's just that what you teaching ain't fitting with this scheme. You know what I'm saying? We should have a plug and play quarterback situation. We have built this lineup to have that, and so for some reason we're not getting that. And I feel like we do that sooner than later. I don't feel like we need to wait till week one to determine that because we've had OTAs, we've had rookie camp, we've had training camp, all of which, and we've also had the first preseason game, all of which I have been hearing concerns and obviously legitimate concerns about the offensive line. So let's handle it now. Let's not wait. Let's go ahead and do that now. Let's not wait till mid-season to say, okay, we're like 5 games in. We need to do something about this because they're just not performing the way they need to perform. We need to go ahead and no, bring them in now. You know. So the next video that you will see, um, y'all know that um, before Bryce Young was picked, I was kind of picking on him because of his size. I didn't want him. I wanted either C.J. Stroud or Anthony Richardson. I would have been fine one of them too. And I called him things like, Yoda, because of his height and everything, his size. Yeah. But when I saw his pivot interview, um, link in the description below, when I saw that pivot interview, that changed my mind about it because, the way that he spoke, the way that he carried himself, the way that he, um, this video was 30 minutes. I gotta try to wrap this up. The way that he presented himself. I'm like, wow, I don't want this guy, but now I want this guy. Pause. Um, so yeah, man, and because of that intelligence, the name Yoda stuck. Even Baby Yoda. Why? Because Baby Yoda, Bryce Young, you know what I'm saying? It really works. Um, so after training camp and after tonight, we will have our second game in. I'm going to pose a question to not only to you guys, but also to my fellow Panther casters, uh, PNP, um, PNP, C3, 704 Charlotte Bound, um, uh, Chris Jenkins, Pat Coltrane. Where is Shellatron? Dude, I know you were trying to do something else, but you just left the face of the. Just. Are you on Mars, Shellatron? Where are you, dude? You didn't comment on Reich. You didn't comment. Dude? Where are you? No, for real. Where are you, man? We miss you. So yeah, Shellatron, come back and answer this question for us. The question that we're going to pose into the atmosphere um, to Panther NATO and to the Panther casters as well is after seeing all that we've seen in training camp, after seeing two preseason games, um, considering that I call Bryce Young Yoda slash Baby Yoda, the question is the Force really with us on this offense? As it considers this offense, is the Force really with us? And I want y'all to unpack that however you want to unpack it. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm not quite sure how to do the whole live stream thing yet. That's why I do edited videos. I'm still learning. If y'all want to reach out to me and teach me how to go through it, and we can, do an actual live show and unpack it with everybody together, we can do that. I would love to do that. That would be great. Um, you know, until that I get information, what I'm saying, just send me your video responses to my IG, and I'll edit it in. But I would love, if one of you guys want to actually just educate me real quick on how to do it, we can do it, and we'll do it that way. We'll do it a live stream and make it a thing. All right. So yeah, yeah, yeah. The next show is going to be um, entitled "Is the Force Really with Us?" Um, I want to talk a little bit go back into and this is going to be real brief. Camp Confidential. Um, I was very displeased that we didn't see the rookie talent show. Like, what really is going on here? Like, why was the rookie talent show under wraps? I heard that we got a whole singing quarterback that did what Alicia Keys, who Alicia Keys or no Keisha Cole, and we can't see that, we can't hear that. So not only are we being vanilla in these preseason games, but we can't even see you know the good stuff in Camp Confidential. Like Keisha Cole, do you know how hard that is? Do you know how hard that go? If you don't know how hard that go, then you don't know your Keisha Cole. Do you know who Keisha Cole is? She's not only the girl that says, "Where were you?" Nah, not just not. She's more than that. Okay, she was actually one of the first singers to be in the Death Row Camp, and this is back in the Pac days. You know what I'm saying? She was like Pac's little sister. You know what I'm saying? So that's hard. That's automatically hard. You know what I'm saying? So I want to see. I don't know. Y'all want to see what's going on with that. Camp Confidential, please, and Panther Media, please release the Rookie Talent Show. We saw what we saw. You know, I don't think we've seen it since the other guy was here. I don't say his name. I don't say his name. I don't say his name. Mm-mm. I don't say his name at all. But I don't think we've seen it since the other guy was here. You know what I'm saying? And Ron would let you see that stuff. My message to the media supervisor and the executive producers thereof, um, you know, tell David Tepper uh, the same thing that the GM told him. Listen, let me do my job. Let's not let the coach determine what I'm putting out there in the media. Let us do our job, or I can go somewhere else. You know, and it would really give me pause if to know that Frank Reich is now doing the same thing that the other guy did and trying to control the media of the organization. I hope that's not the case. I really hope that's not the case because that's not a good sign. We've been, you know what I'm saying, we've been there and done that. That is not a good sign. It's just not. And we're trying to go forward, not backwards where we've been. So yeah, man, I've been up here for 36 minutes now. Time for this to end. I thought it was gonna be at least 15 minutes, but you know, it is what it is, people. Till next time, again, the next show, I want to dive into to really what the meat of the team and see where we are, see where everybody stands. Um, everybody stands on us. All right. Again, we are on our way to 200 subscribers. We're looking to have our first drawing when we reach our first milestone of 20 subscribers. At that point in time, somebody will get some free merch as well as be able to guess the new name of the channel. All right. Till next time, y'all keep pounding. Peace and God bless.